Welcome back to the Delivering More platform, folks. I'm your host, Ben Alkire. Thank you so much for your continued viewership morning, afternoon, and evening. We appreciate it. As always, if you could, hit that subscribe button down below. That's going to help us out more than you could ever know. I have another fantastic Meet the Team to bring to you folks today. I have with us a woman who joined DeliverThat in June of 2023. She's well past her 1-year anniversary at this point in time. She works with our driver experience team here in the office. Let's get to know a little bit about Dionne.
Hey, Driver Nation.
Are you excited to for the drivers to get to see your face for the first time?
I am. I'm very excited. You get to put a face to the name. So
Well, I guess we started to do the talk of the office, so they'll see you there too.
Okay, yeah.
By then, I don't. This will release next week, so I mean, they might see that first one.
All right,
So we'll see.
cool.
They might be a little familiar at that point in time.
All right.
All right. What how you feel about this? We'll start out with a little this or that.
Okay.
Get a little warm up. Get you
All
feeling nice and comfortable. Get you a little more talkative. See if
Okay.
we can get you rolling here. So we'll start out here a little this or that with Dionne. First question: early mornings or late nights?
Late nights.
Okay.
Some habits die hard, but late nights, I can function in the morning, but I'm a night owl. I stay up late, watch TV, read books, so I like late nights.
Okay, you led me into another one. We'll just lean right into it since you kind of already mentioned it. But would you prefer books or movies?
Books. I like movies, but books all day. Right now, I'm reading these audiobooks, like the real cheesy ones. They are so good though. So they got me in the chokehold right now, but I love them. So yes.
So we're like straight fiction, nonfiction.
These are fiction.
Okay.
So yeah. So, but my favorite book is American Gods by Neil Gaiman.
Okay.
So it's like mythology, and it's sci-fi if you're a nerd like that. So I love it.
There's a new show on Netflix called Chaos.
Oh no, for real?
You should check it out.
Okay.
It's kind
I
of like
will.
it's like a weird twist on Greek mythology.
Yes. Okay.
I'm into
See,
that
you
stuff
got me
too.
hip. I love it.
I'm into that
Yes,
stuff too. I
yes.
just started watching it. It's
Really?
pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah, you gotta check it out.
Uh-oh.
In terms of animals in the house or outside the house, whichever
Okay.
you prefer out there, how do you feel about dogs or cats?
Dogs. We had dogs growing up. We had 2 German Shepherds. Only memory I have of them are in pictures. But 2 German Shepherds. One name was Thunder. One name was Lightning. My parents with the weird names, but but yeah. And then we've had some dogs throughout. We haven't had a dog probably for about 2 or 3 years. We had a pit bull terrier named Duke, and we just gave him to another family. The kids really loved him, and he just kind of outgrew the house. So it was just like, okay, well, you guys, we give him to a good family. So yeah.
Okay, that's nice. I appreciate you
Yeah.
doing something like that. How about on a road trip? Would you prefer to be the driver or the passenger?
Now at this age, the passenger. I'm princess passenger all day. But before I did like to drive a lot. I used to drive my parents to Florida and other little places. But now I'm passenger. Just let me go to sleep on you.
Yeah, you don't gotta explain
Let me
yourself
go
to
to
me with that one. I'm team sleep on a road trip all day. In terms of communication, would you rather call or text?
Text. I like to simplify life. So just text me what you need and just be direct. Okay. If I have to call you back and make a call, I will. I know there's time for calls are needed, but I'm definitely text message. So yeah,
Okay.
text me.
Okay. This is a newer one I wrote down here. We
Okay.
got a little feedback from the office. I know some people in the office are a big fan of this, but like a night out, maybe a bar scene or something like that. Would you prefer karaoke or dancing?
That's a tough one for me because I like both, but give me dancing as long as some 90s music, the music you can dance to. I'm dancing. So,
Okay.
yeah, dancing for
Okay.
sure.
How about in terms of what you do with your food? So we're a delivery service here at DeliverThat. Would you prefer to have your food delivered or do you go pick it up?
I usually pick it up, especially with certain restaurants. I like to pick my food up. It's cheaper, quicker, all that. So pick up all day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm team pickup as well.
I deliver here when I'm for lunches, but when I'm out, yeah, I'm going to pick up.
What's your favorite restaurant around Belden Village to get delivered?
To get delivered, probably just fast food, probably like Culver's or Bibimbap, stuff like that. Yeah, simple stuff. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I like Culver's and Bebop. I'm a
Yep.
fan of both of those.
Yes.
We'll move on to some of your favorites.
Okay.
How do you feel? So you said you like movies. Do you have a favorite movie of all time?
Yeah, Life.
Life. I have no idea what that is.
It's Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy. You gotta watch it. So
Okay,
that is
okay.
like my favorite all-time movie. I love comedies. I like pretty much all, but I love comedies. That's just my favorite one. Two of my favorite comedians. So yeah.
That's a fire tandem.
You gotta watch Life. Oh my gosh.
Martin
yes.
Lawrence, Eddie Murphy.
Yes,
That's a
yes.
great matchup.
Oh yeah, funny
Okay.
movie too. So yes.
All right, I will have to check that out. We talked about music and what music you can dance to, but who is your favorite musical artist?
Right now, Beyonce, of course. I like Drake. I like Jay-Z, Nas, some of those artists. Those are my favorite right now.
Okay.
So that could change. But right now, I've been listening to a lot of old school music, like Luther Vandross. Just getting in my old lady auntie vibe, so her era. So yeah, but I like those are my favorites. So
Okay. I'm okay with all that. How do you feel on a night out? Do you have a favorite cocktail?
I like whiskey. I'm a whiskey girl, so give me a shot of whiskey and I'm good. A couple shots, maybe, but yes, I like whiskey.
All right. I do not like whiskey. So
Really?
not even a
no.
little bit. But I know a lot of people in this office that do, so I can understand that.
Yes.
This is a little hard-hitting one I got
Okay.
before we'll get into the line of questioning
Okay.
here and our Meet the Team. Putting people on the spot with this one. It's been a fun one to ask.
Oh gosh.
Do you have a favorite coworker in the office?
I do. And I don't know if I can call him a coworker, but Dan is my favorite. He is my favorite. The man can do anything. I feel safe in this building. All that. He's just my favorite, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. He's just my favorite. He's my favorite person.
We did Dan's Meet the Team. I mean, probably years ago at this point, and it's tough to. Even over video, it's tough to convey who Dan really is.
No, and that's what I love because I'm sort of mysterious and I'm I just can't read Dan like that. So yeah, but he's probably my favorite.
Yeah, he's something. He's probably one of the more unique individuals here.
Yes,
without
he is.
doubt.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right, Dionne. Well, I appreciate you going through that with me. I think first place I want to start with you because I'm really not familiar with a lot of your background, to be very honest with you. But we'll start very, very early on. Where were you born? Where'd you grow up?
I was born in Mansfield, Ohio, but I grew up in Canton. So I probably moved to Canton when I was a year old. My parents, they moved here. My dad got a job at the Timken company. So I've been here ever since. So basically, I'm a Canton girl.
Mansfield there's a reformatory? Is that what's out there?
That's what's out there.
Okay,
Yep.
I didn't know if that was the right word.
Yeah, that's it. I think it's called a Mansfield. Yeah, Mansfield Reformatory.
I honestly don't even know what that is.
Yep, it's an old jail. They say it's
okay.
haunted. You can actually go visit it. And take tours. People do that. I wouldn't. I don't want to be nowhere near locked up. No.
Yeah, I'm not a scary guy, spooky guy.
Yeah.
Either. Not even a little bit.
So yeah, but Mansfield's small, very small town. I think it may be smaller than Canton or the same size. I'm not sure, but all my family's mostly there and down south. But yeah, that's where I was born and Canton all my life.
What about the family life growing up? Like brothers, sisters, mom, dad? What was big, small family? What'd you have growing up?
I have one sister and one brother. I'm the oldest. Family life growing up, we were very sheltered. Like my brother, he has a different mother, so he wasn't raised in the household with us. But we get to see him and everything. But we were sheltered. It was just we were like daddy's girls, and we couldn't even leave our porch. Like my mom didn't play that. No, you can't spend the night at anybody's house. They have to come here. We just were very sheltered. But family life was good. I don't have no complaints about my childhood. People have the childhood trauma. They say I might have some, but I don't know. But life was good. Just growing up and having my sister and doing stuff with the family. Mother Goose Land was here in Canton a long time ago. Might be before your time.
No idea what that is.
It's like an amusement park. I can't remember exactly where it was, but just places like that. We used to go to Geauga Lake and things like that. But family life was cool.
How close in age are you and your sister?
Like 18 months apart.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my mom, of course, dressed us like twins. So it was just weird, but yeah, she dressed us like twins. But
Do you
yeah,
feel like since you were the older sister, were you the favorite or was the younger the favorite?
Well, I can answer a question like this. I think my sister got more attention, but my mother explained, like, you didn't need a whole lot of attention. You were doing good in school. You got good grades. And I had to pay attention more to her. I'm like, okay. But yeah, so I feel like she might have been a favorite. So, but I acted like the baby. So, if that makes sense. But yes, she was the favorite, I think.
Okay.
But, yeah, I was a baby.
What about growing up? Did you have a first job in like high school or anything like that?
Yeah, my first job was Arby's. I loved it. I didn't. I know most people like McDonald's or something, but mine was Arby's, and I actually loved that little job. So, used to go after school, work from about a little 4 to 9 shift, I believe, and that was my role to start working. When I was 16, I started working.
Okay,
so,
yeah. I don't have Arby's all that often, but
Yeah.
it is very good.
It is, and the restaurant. It was very clean. Like they literally cleaned everything after they sliced the meat.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of trust Arby's. I don't really trust any fast food, but that one I know is pretty clean. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Shout out Arby's. Shout out Arby's
Right.
out there. Love me a beef and cheddar, some curly
I need
fries.
a free sandwich, Arby's.
Yeah. Hey, we'll see what we can do for sure. What about what high school did you go to around here?
McKinley.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because that's pre McKinley
All
Timken
day.
merger, so
Yes,
like you have
it
both
is.
options at the time.
I had both options. Yeah. So we went to McKinley. I was a band nerd. I was in band, marching
No
band.
way. What'd you play?
The flute. So I was in band all the way to my senior year. Senior year, I just didn't want to have to go practice anymore. I'm not being in band, but I love band. We had a great band director. Band was fun. I love it. But
And you were out there on Fawcett Stadium at the time.
Fawcett
so it's
Stadium,
Hall of Fame field.
marching in the parades,
hell
a
yeah.
hot suit on, sweating like crazy. But yes, yep, I'm a band nerd.
Okay. What did you play any other instruments growing up?
Nope, that was it. Just the flute. I thought I would want to play more. I used to want to play piano. I still do want to learn how to play piano.
Me too.
But I just haven't taken the time to do it. But I really want to. So
How does the flute come about? Like I know, like for me, like there's that one like week in whatever choir band or whatever where like everyone has to try every instrument. Like is that what happened with you?
No.
Or you were like, no, I want to do the flute. That's what it is.
This is a funny story. So basically, they were hand-me-down instruments. My sister got a clarinet, I got a flute. So our older cousins were in band, so we just got their instruments. So we didn't have a choice. It was like, this is what it is, because our parents were like, we ain't buying no instruments. That's too expensive. So we got hand-me-down instruments. So.
Okay, so you had no choice.
We had
in
no
what to
choice.
play.
Yeah, I didn't get to pick. I probably would have picked like something else, saxophone or something. But no. But that's what it was, the flute.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, congrats. That's wild. I was a bit. Jackson had a sweet band growing up. I know a lot of the bands that are around here are really good, so it's always nice. What about post high school? Did you go to school anywhere, secondary education, or what did you do after high school?
I tried a little bit of college. I went to Stark State for a semester, and I was like, oh, this ain't for me. I'm not gonna waste money and go. I just couldn't stay focused. So it wasn't for me. Then I just started working jobs and stuff. I did a lot of factory jobs after that. And then after that, I'm like, I don't want to do a factory job. Let me go do something else. So then I end up going to this place. I think people here work with VXI. I went there, was a quality supervisor there for about 5 years, and they got rid of the department, and so I had to look for another job. And I ended up going to FedEx Custom Critical, and I was there for 10 years, so right before I came here. So
Someone else here worked at FedEx too.
I think Larry.
Larry.
Did, yes.
I was gonna say, but I didn't want to get it wrong.
Yep. Larry did. I didn't know Larry. I think actually when I started, he was actually leaving there. So
Okay.
Yep. But I started there. Was there for 10 years.
Dang.
So, yep.
What happened? Why'd you leave?
Well, they were doing a lot of changes in the company. You know how if you start seeing like big wigs leave, like not just one, like everybody's like leaving, something's going on. And a lot of changes, a lot of reconstructing the company, and I just felt it might be my time to bow out too. And I had done it for so long, logistics for so long, and I just wanted to do something else. I wanted something closer to home because, it's in Green, so had to drive that highway drive in the winter, Ohio winters. Got tired of that, and then I think I put my resume on Indeed, and I think Victor called me.
Hell yeah.
And I was ready. I mean, it was a big decision for me being at a company for 10 years. And I got 401k invested, pension invested. Do I want to leave all that? But I was ready. And I'm glad I did make the move. So I wanted to be closer to my father, trying to take care of him and be home, closer to home. So it worked out.
Yeah, that's amazing. I appreciate you kind of walking us through all that too, because that's usually what my kind of next standpoint of the questions and everything. So when you get the call from Vic and everything, what was the position you were interviewing for? Is it what you're doing now, or what was the whole onboarding thing like?
I believe the position for it was like customer CSR. They hadn't decided whether it was going to be driver relations or on the operations floor at that time. And then I think they made a decision when he said, "Hey, we got this position, and we want you to interview and come in." So I did my 2 interviews, and here I am. So
Hell yeah.
yeah. So and I love it. I like my coworkers. I was a little intimidated when I came in because everybody was so much younger. I'm like, looking around like, okay, but that's okay. But everybody was like welcoming. Oops, I keep hitting this. Everybody was welcoming, said hi, and didn't make me feel, some type of way. So it was good.
Yeah. So when you your first couple weeks starting, so you mentioned like FedEx with like logistics background and stuff. Did you feel like you were able to pick up on things like a little quicker since it's kind of the same niche environment, like with delivery and stuff like that, or was there like a little bit of a learning curve?
I think I picked up on it quick. It was kind of, I won't say similar, but taking care of drivers and customers. I talked to drivers and customers in FedEx, so that part I was used to. So it made it easy. My transition into the job and the role was easy. So yeah, and the systems, things like that we used, it was pretty easy.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. So then what about like what is your title right now? Do you know what it is?
I believe it is driver experience specialist.
Okay.
So yes.
Nice. And so then what is your day-to-day like over there in driver experience?
My day-to-day is I am taking care of all the drivers' issues that they may have, pay issues, incidents that you may get. We review those, handling phone calls, toll reimbursements, all those things. Anything outside of a live delivery is what I handle. So, yep.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And on a day-to-day basis, like you mentioned, like tolls, incidents, things like that, there's like everyday things that are happening, whether like incidents can be as common as like something you can get expunged like immediately, or it can be possibly you're suspended, kicked off the platform. Like there's a huge spectrum of things that can happen.
Yep.
Are there things that you see every day that you think could be explained away a little easier, or you think we do a poor job of explaining to drivers right now that maybe like it'd be just way easier to just avoid an incident tenfold over if you just hear it explained a little bit better?
I think my biggest thing I would advise drivers is communication. For everything that's going in documentation, documentation. Like if you have an issue, your flat tire, snap a picture and text it to us. And call live support. They do document that, there was a phone call, and I can go into your account and see that there was a phone call made. So I know this driver tried to reach out. So, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, or, just review it more is what I can say. Review it more. And those things are helpful when we're reviewing your incidents or anything like that. So always communication. That's my number one. Excuse me. That's the biggest thing, communication.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty straightforward. Do you have any, I'm not sure how to ask this question, but like, do you have any calls or anything that's happened with a driver that like after the call or after what you helped them get through, like something that just made you feel like you were like well valued, or like you did a really good job like helping out that driver, anything like that?
Yeah. I do also feedback calls. Like the restaurant all of our partners may call and have a complaint or even positive feedback. So those are the calls I do. A lot. So when I'm on the call with the driver, explaining like this is what the restaurant said, and my job on this call is to help you, do better. Or they may not even be at fault, but that's my job to talk to them. So I always feel better when I can get on a call, and sometimes the driver may say, well, hey, what can I do different? And that coaching, this is what you could do. So that just always makes me feel valuable because they actually thank me. Well, I didn't even know that. Sometimes it's some things they didn't even know. And me being able to provide some coaching and tips and stuff, they really do appreciate it. And I think feedback calls are my favorite too, because that's my time that I get to know drivers. Versus like the operations floor, they talk to drivers all day during live delivery. Most times somebody calling me, they're upset already, they're mad, they want me to find a solution. But when I make the feedback calls, I'm calling you, so you don't know I'm calling, and I might catch you after work. I catch you, I don't know. So that's my time to actually talk to you, because those conversations will turn into a lot of other things, other questions, or, it was nice to talk to you. I didn't know, Yeah, so those are my favorite calls. Even though they're tough calls, but they're my favorite.
Do you ever feel like if you're calling, like a restaurant calls in, they're like, oh my God, this driver's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you get that feedback and you want to call and like be like, hey, thank you so much. Do you ever call a driver and they're like expecting it to be like a bad news call or like an incident? And you're like, no, like you did so good. And they're like shocked.
They get quiet. I'm like, hey, this is Dionne at DeliverThat. How are you? Hi, Dionne. Because everybody recognizes my name from, the emails or the text messages. And I'm like, hey, I just wanted to get a few minutes of your time. Can I talk to you? I got some feedback. I got some really great feedback. And they're like, oh, okay. Okay, I thought this was about something else. I was going to say, my last order they always say, my last order went fine. What happened? What's wrong? And I'm like, no, it's not that. So those are my favorite calls, too, the positive feedback ones as well, because I love to recognize our drivers, because you hear so much, negative sometimes, like the driver was late, things like that. And for me to call you and say, this restaurant or customer said you did an amazing job. So I just want to thank you from the team, so I love those calls too.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't make those calls, and I love those calls. It's awesome. It's amazing to hear.
And it makes their day. I hear a lot of feedback. You really made my day. It's really nice to hear that you guys notice. And I'm like, yeah, good job. Keep it up. So yeah, so those are great calls. I love them.
What do you feel like? I know it's just kind of like a part of the industry. Like a lot of what we do here is like that negative feedback, like you said. Mm-hmm. Like, do you think, this is like a very broad question, I don't expect you to have like a pointed answer for it, but like, do you think there's anything we could do to like promote getting that positive feedback back from restaurants? Because like our business is very successful, right? Mm-hmm. I think like 95, 96, 97% of our deliveries go on time perfectly well, but then it's that like 3 to 5%, mm-hmm. that's what you hear about, because it doesn't go as expected and anticipated. Yep. Do you think there's anything we could do to promote like getting more positive feedback to these drivers?
That's a tough question, because just like you said, I think people expect the delivery to go flawless. So they're not like, oh, this driver did amazing, and he just really simply just picked up on time, delivered on time, was professional. We kind of take that for granted. So I don't really have an answer for that. I just tell my drivers to keep up the great work, keep being professional, keep standing out, but I don't really have an answer. I don't know what we could do, because like I said, people just already kind of expect that my order should be good, so they don't give as many drivers their props that they probably should. So, kind of hard, but I don't have a good answer for you, Ben.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. It's just something to think about. Just something to think about.
Yeah, it is.
Think, it's always interesting to me, because mm-hmm. I feel, it's so many drivers out there do such a good job.
They do. They really do.
Like that positive feedback, I feel like is so rare.
Yes, it is.
I feel like there's got to be a way out there, and also that comes with time too, because like as we're developing this new driver app, like maybe there's a way that restaurants give immediate feedback, and that gets relayed to the driver instead of you having to text or call or email. So
but don't take my calls away. I like my calling them. So I wish there was a way. They don't get recognized enough, and I mean, I recognize you guys, so appreciate you. Great drivers. So
hell yeah. Dionne. Well, I appreciate you so much. I know you and I don't get to talk all the time.
Get to kick it up.
But I mean, we're here. I'm over here all lonely all the time every day. So just let me know if you want to come chat.
I know. I just don't want to be bothered. You'd be so into your graphic, whatever he's back here doing. So getting the website and everything, not the website, but the YouTube channel together. So I'm like, he'd be in his zone, so I'm not gonna bother him. But I'm like, I can see you. I'll sit right there. So
right.
I'm like, man, over there, he all quiet, but
yeah, we're kind of like work neighbors.
Pretty much.
You are the closest one to me. So all right. Well, I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
Right,
hopefully Driver Nation appreciate getting to know you a little bit better.
Yes.
Put
Hopefully
a face to the name.
Yes.
And we'll see everyone out there very soon. Thank you so much.
See you guys.